Hello, my name is Antonella Olmos, and with my partner Angie Martello, we are going to talk about dealing with construction permits. What is dealing with construction permits? It is an indicator that measures the quality control index, evaluating the quality building regulations, the strength of the buildings, and safety mechanisms. Also, in this chapter, we have some topics, for example, the number of the procedures, time and cost to building a warehouse, and all the licensing, permits, notification to build a warehouse. In other way, I want to say that in this indicator we have some assumptions, and these assumptions are a way to standardizing the problematics and the situations. Right now, I'm going to explain which are these assumptions. Okay, let's start. In this indicator, we suppose that the warehouse is a limited liability company and operates in the economy's largest business city. Also, we suppose that the warehouse is 100% domestically and privately owned, have 5 owners, and none of whom is a legal entity. Also, we suppose that the warehouse has the licensed architect and the licensed engineer, and both are registered with the local association of architects. Also, we suppose that the warehouse will be used for general storage activities such as storage of books or stationery. In this part, we suppose that the warehouse will be used for common activities and to many consumers and clients. Another assumption is that the total construct area is approximately 1,300 square meters. Each floor will be 3 meters, 9 feet, and 10 inches. In the same way, I want to say some other assumptions that we consider that are important in this indicator. For example, that owns the land on which the warehouse will be built and will sell the warehouse upon its completion. Also, will have the complete architectural and technical plans prepared by licensed architects. And the warehouse will take 30 weeks to construct, excluding all the delays due to administrative and regulatory requirements. By last, another assumption that is important is that the warehouse will be 150 meters from the existing water source.
Hello everyone, my name is Angie Martello and I'm gonna talk about dealing with construction permits in Shanghai. Dealing with construction permits in Shanghai, first we're gonna talk or explain about the standardized warehouse. Here we have a chart that talks about indicators in Shanghai, East Asia and Pacific, and OECD high income and best regulatory performances. We can see the producers in numbers times in days. We have cost in percentage of a warehouse value, and the last but not least, building quality control index, and this is to 0 till 15. Then we're gonna talk about the score. In this figure, we can see the procedures, time, cost, and building quality control index. The scores in each category, we have the procedures, we have 48.0, time, we have 71.3, and cost, we have 88.5, and building quality control index, we have 100.0. Ranking in a score. The ranking of economy on the ease of dealing with construction permit is determined by sorting their score for dealing with construction permits. These scores are the simple average of the score for each of the component indicators. So we have here Shanghai, it's 77.0. Below we have Kazakhstan, ranks 37, with the score of 76.5. And then we have the rank 24, it's United States, with the score of 80.0. This score is 0 through 100. Here we have Beijing. Beijing, we have 77.8. This is a little bit above of Shanghai. This chart shows us time and coast of Shanghai. We can see that times are represented by days, color blue, and yellow that represent cost, that is percentage of warehouse value. In this chart, we can see how is shown beside producer number that take place simultaneously with the previous producers. These producers account for 0.5 days in total time calculations. For economies that have different producer lists for men or women, these graphs only show us the time for women. Now we can see the details that explain produce time and cost of Shanghai. In the first place, we have registered construction, project online through the Shanghai Construction Projects Review and Approval Management System. This take a 0.5 days. And association code of no chart. Here we have all construction projects that must be registered with the Shanghai Development and Reform Commission through the online platform. They need different documents to able to register the application. The field application, you need application form to register the project, proof of land and use rights, project proposal, project construction investment estimate, topographic map of the project, comments from relevant function department, proof of funds presented by the bank, and last but not least, a copy of the business license of the enterprise legal representative. The second, we have obtained a geotechnical study soil test. It takes 30 days and have a 25,000 of CNA. Here, we both will require a soil test for the structural calculation for the foundation. Then we have obtained review of building drawing by a building drawing examiner authorized by the Shanghai Construction Project Document Review Center. Here we can find in the construction commitment. This takes 20 days. Then we have the request and obtain construction project planning permit. It takes 17 days, and the document need for a construction or safe owner line application include the following application for construction project commitment letter, working driving, from a start area, groundwork construction, construction budget plan, preliminary design documents that are approved, an opinion on review and filing of design document and acceptances letter drawing review. Then we have hire an authorization supervision agency. It takes just 1 day. It is mandated by the Ministry of Culture Decree 9 number 86 to hire an authorization supervision agency to inspect the construction in projects about RMB 30 million. Then we have the request and obtain building permit. Here it takes 2 days, and the building permit is obtained once the application is received by the Shanghai Urban Construction and Communication Commissions. Then we have the received scheduled inspection by the Shanghai Construction Engineering Safety Quality Supervision Station. It takes 1 day. And here we have the Shanghai Construction Engineering Safety Quality Supervision Station undertake its further inspection shortly after the project is registered in order to ascertain the condition of the construction site and compliance to relevant regulations. Here we have the received audit inspection from the Shanghai Construction Engineering Safety Quality Supervision Station 1. This takes 1 day, and here we can see the Safety and Quality Control Station conducts several unannounced spot inspections during construction. Then we have the received audit inspection from the Shanghai Construction Engineering Safety Quality Supervision Station 2. Here we have the result, and this takes 2 days, and here we have the result of the control. Then we have the request water and sewage connection. It takes 7 days. Must first apply for a water connection inquiry from the municipal water bureau, who will be approved the application within 7 days after receiving all required documents. Then we have the received water and sewage inspection. Here it takes 1 day. And then we have the received fire department inspection upon building completion. It takes 15 days. The application can be submitted directly to the Shanghai District Construction Commission, which now coordinates all inspections. However, the inspections are still conducted by each individual agency. Then we have the received fourth-party inspection. It takes 1 day. This producer is called for a party inspection. The 4 parties include the site inspector, the designer, the builder, and the supervisor. Then we have the received inspection of construction completion from the Shanghai Urban Construction and Communication Commissions. It takes 1 day. Here, this pressure must be complete on the day of the application, provided that the documents required for submission are complete. We have the 21 days that take for obtain certificate of completion and certificate of final inspection for the Shanghai Urban Construction and Communication Commissions. Here, with 15 days after the building passes the inspection, BuildCO must file the following documents: inspection report of the complete construction, acknowledgement of authority from the Planning Bureau, absence certificate or opinion of absence of fire prevention inspection, proof of payment of engineer section, opinion or acceptance of complete civil defense project. Then we have the received connection to water and sewage services. It takes 6 days. And then we have registered building with real estate registry. We have 5 days to do that, and the warehouse considered that here should fall into the category of non-rational and non-residential real property, in which case the register produced will take about 5 working days from received these applications. Measure of quality in Shanghai. Here we have a chart that compares Shanghai with another different part of the world. We have India with 14.5, that is right below Shanghai. Then we have Kazakhstan that have a score of 13. We have Russian Federation have a score of 14. We have United States with 12.4. We have Beijing with 15.0, and then we have East Asia and Pacific with 9.4. Shanghai have a score of 15. In this score, we can see that Shanghai have available online free of charges. Also have a list of required documents like fees to be paid regarding pre-approvals. Shanghai flight licensed architects, inspection by external engineer on firm. Mandatory inspections are always done in practice. Final inspection is done by government agency. Final inspection always occurs in practice again. No party is required by the law to obtain insurance, and this is about the construction companies. Minimum number of years of experiences. United States University degree in Architect of Engineer, being of registered Architect of Engineer, and also have a minimum number of years of experiences in the university about the qualification requirement for the professional who supervise the construction on the ground.
Shanghai and Beijing. Time and cost of Beijing. In this graph, we have the time, the number of procedures, and the cost. Analyzing the information from the graph, Beijing took about 93 days for the procedures and construction of a warehouse. For example, for the first 4 procedures, there is a duration of approximately 32 days, and with the last procedure between 70 and 80 days. In addition, we have a maximum cost of 3.5%. In the first graph, if we compare Beijing with other economies in terms of quality, we observe that it obtains the highest score as does Shanghai, knowing that the quality indices run from 0 to 18 to 15. The second best score is India. In conclusion, we can say Beijing has a good quality for making construction, but this indicator has a few companies that we are going to speak in what moment. About the table, the standardized warehouse. In general terms, we can observe that Beijing has a greater number of procedures and higher cost and quality standards when we compare Beijing to East Asia and the Pacific. But this territory have a greater number of data and incomes from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. Also, Beijing is the 4th of the ranking. As I said, we have some components in the Building Quality Control Index. In this table, we can see that Beijing got the highest score in all the components. For this score, we have some questions. For example, how accessibility are building laws and regulations in your economy. Another question could be which requirements for obtaining a building permits are clearly specified in the building regulation or any other accessible website. These are several questions to have a high score.